So, hi Isabel, hi Sophie, how are you?
Hi, we're good.
Could you just introduce yourself to begin with?
Yeah, I'm Isabel. I'm from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm a junior at Vassar College, and I'm studying theater.
And I'm Sophie Gertis. I'm a junior at McAllister College, originally from Madison, Wisconsin, and I'm studying economics and international studies.
Okay, and so you were at the Stade de France when the attacks happened last Friday. Could you just tell us what happened when you were here?
Sure. We arrived late to the stadium, so we were a little bit late for the game. So we had just gotten inside when we heard the first explosion and then another one shortly afterwards.
Yeah, and we all kind of looked at each other and shrugged our shoulders and said, oh, it's the crowd, they're being rowdy.
Yeah. You never think it's going to happen. I mean, there's lots of noises at a big stadium game kind of thing. But afterwards, everyone around us pretty soon after, people started getting calls and texts and started hearing about what happened.
Yeah, I looked down at my phone and my host mom had called me 5 times, so I picked up the phone and she told me there was attacks in the 10th and the 11th arrondissement, and my mom had texted me there's an explosion at the Stade de France, and so we started.
Yeah, but it was really well handled by the people at the stadium. I don't know who's in charge, but they didn't stop the game. They didn't make any announcements. The only thing we had heard of it was what we were getting from the outside sources. Mm-hmm. And it was just after the game that they put up on the screens that we couldn't use certain doors, certain parkings were closed, but we were directed towards certain exits.
And so then after, when you were out of the stadium, how did it go?
There was a moment of panic when we were all leaving, but someone started running, and so we all started running.
Yeah, when you see people running, it's kind of hard to stay calm, so we kind of took shelter in a VIP salon. But in there, all the people reassured us that nothing had happened, and we were still allowed to leave, and people were calmer after that.
Yeah, and then we got away from the crowds. Like everyone was telling us, don't take the transportation,
which wasn't working anyway. No buses, no metros, taxis were very hesitant to come to the area.
So you walked to Paris because the stadium is outside of the city, so you had to walk to Paris.
Yeah. So we walked around. I'd say about an hour around Saint Denis, trying to find a taxi. She was trying to find
phone recharge. My phone had died.
And how was that? So you were in a typical Parisian suburb?
Yeah. You hear a lot about how it's dangerous in Parisian suburbs. Yeah. Everyone was very nice in every little shop that we went in. All the people standing outside offered for us to use their phones if we needed to. They were very helpful. It was, kind of a cool bonding experience. Everyone was coming together in a time of fear and just uncertainty in general.
Yeah, and we were with one other guy, but it was 2 girls and a guy walking around in a Parisian suburb. We were fine. Nobody bothered us.
Yeah. But we walked quite a while. We walked an hour in the area and then probably another hour back to Paris.
Okay. And then on the weekend, you stayed home. What did you do exactly?
It's funny because for me personally, I was more scared Saturday and Sunday than I was Friday walking around trying to get out of this mess.
Yeah, I think when the adrenaline wears off, it kind of hits you that you're not really safe anywhere because the places they targeted were just regular places. They weren't any sort of target on their own. I went out a couple times. Well, we went out Saturday morning. Yeah. And then I went out Saturday night and Sunday night. One to talk with other friends who had been at the stadium, and the other one for the memorial mass at Notre Dame. Public transportation, the metro, it's a little tense, but I was reassured at Bastille. I saw 2 groups of armed police officers walking around in the metro, so that was reassuring.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about the internship? So, Isabel, you are at the French Theatre. Sophie, you are at the U.S. Embassy. Mm-hmm. Did you talk about that on the first day you were at work? So yesterday, we were Tuesday today.
Yeah, I got to work, and so we have a group of actors that were all standing in a circle, and one of them had lost a friend, and another had lost her mom had lost her close friend. And so it was definitely sad and tense, but we were just talking about it, and just also analyzing it politically helps just to distance yourself from the closeness of the situation. And then we took our minute of silence, and and there were tears. But after that, we got back to work, and it's hard to concentrate, but it helps to dive back into the work.
I would definitely say that Monday we did more talking than working, for sure, at the embassy. We had a office meeting before and after the minute of silence to just talk it over, see if anyone had questions on things. We have more security measures in place at work now because we also work in the Figaro building, so we have to enter in the back entrance. And so yeah, just up security. It was stressed how important it is to answer your phones because we have a calling cascade that happens when there's a dangerous event to U.S. citizens, U.S. embassy workers. So just stress the importance of safety, and we also talked with all the local people. Thankfully, no one in my office was directly affected, but it was sad.
And do you feel that speaking French helped you, processing the event? How would you say your immersion and proficiency, fluency in French helped in this context?
For me, it definitely helped. I feel as if I'm part of a community that really understands what happened. I find myself that when I speak English with people in America, it's kind of hard because they don't really understand what it's like to be here, but speaking French and being able to interact with the people who went through the same thing as you is actually really therapeutic for me, I think.
Yeah. In a way, it's a little bit harder because you don't exactly know the right words to say and if they're coming out right. But in another sense, you're learning a lot about French that doesn't come from a classroom, French that comes from people's hearts, and it's just it's a learning French on an emotional spectrum versus
being able to connect emotionally.
Yeah.
And have you considered going back? Is that something you are thinking about? How do you feel now?
My mom asked me, I didn't even think of this, but do you want to come back? And I said, no, it's almost like home. Like you don't want to leave the people that you've made your family in a situation like this.
I definitely feel the same way. My school reached out to my parents and said that we went through this with Charlie Hebdo. If you want your students to come home, we can work with them and about credit and making it up. And she said, same thing, that I hadn't really thought about this, but is this something you want to do? And I also said, no, of course not, same reasons. I feel like people here understand the situation, and I feel very close to them, and I would never want to leave, especially in this time of need.
Okay, last question. Do you feel you have enough information and support in these specific days, or do you think you would need more in terms of, counseling and things like that?
For me, just having all of my friends from campus texting me and Facebooking me, and having IFE staff, we came and talked to them on Saturday, and just having them there and able to talk to. Yesterday there was a colis suspect on the street, and I just came immediately here and talked to them and panicked a little bit. But I feel so reassured and so loved and so supported that I don't need counseling, because I know that I can come to them at any time, any day, and talk to them, whether there are tears in my eyes, where I'm angry, whether I'm just scared.
Exact same thing. The support network we have here is pretty amazing. I don't feel like I need any supplemental counseling or anything. It's really, we can definitely come here whenever we need to.
Okay. Anything else?
Just, I guess, not to worry. We're being safe. I think Paris is probably the safest city to be in right now, just with the security measures. Life continues on.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.